Hi, I'm Simu Liu, and this is the WIRED Autocomplete Interview. Let me do it one more time. I feel like the first one was magic, and the fact that you weren't rolling, I'm just so sad. All right. Hi, I'm Simu Liu, and this is my WIRED Autocomplete Interview.
That was magic, that was perfect. Okay.
Fine. All right, first we have, how Simu Liu? So, how tall is Simu Liu? That's a wonderful question. Top of the morning, straight out of bed, with a nice platform on the shoe, I could hit about 6 feet, but probably usually walking around, I'm a lot closer to 5'11", which is really, it's not great. It's not great. The difference between 5'11" and 6 foot, it's so disheartening feeling like you're right on the cusp. Really unfortunate, but clearly I've worked my way through this insecurity, as you can obviously tell. Let's move on. How did Simu Liu start acting? Basically, I was working as an accountant out of college, hated my job, was also terrible at my job, and then about 8 months in, before I turned 23, I got fired, and kind of on a whim, I signed up to be an extra. The first time I was on set, I just absolutely fell in love with all of it, and basically made a promise to myself that I was just gonna keep trying to find opportunities to be on set. It's almost been 10 years now, and I'm still just looking for opportunities, so yeah, if you know anybody that knows anybody, please let them know. How Simu Liu got Shang-Chi? I auditioned for it. It was a 3-step audition process. At first, I was asked to send in a self-tape. I had no idea what I was auditioning for, but I kind of knew it was for something important, something perhaps Marvel related, but I didn't know for sure. Kind of didn't hear back for a while, and then all of a sudden was invited to LA for a callback audition. I met Destin Daniel Cretton, the director of the movie. We had an incredible audition, and I came out of that feeling like, oh my God, like just that electric feeling of like you just nailed a job interview or something. I just kind of came out feeling like that. Lo and behold, a couple days later, I got invited to New York to do a screen test. And the screen test is basically like your final round audition. It's like all the decision makers are present. You show up, you get your hair and makeup done, you know, your wardrobe, everything, the whole 9 yards, as if you were working on set. I remember Awkwafina was there. That was the first time that I met her, and I was just absolutely so starstruck because she's so cool. And then we did the scenes. And then 2 days after that, I got a call from Kevin Feige that I got the part. It's still crazy to me, but here we are. Next, how did Simu Liu get famous? Do a really good whoa for TikTok, you know? That's about it. All right, now for some geography questions. Where was Simu Liu raised? I was born in Harbin, China. I was raised by my grandparents. My dad showed up at our door and was like, hi, I'm your dad. First of all, crazy, mind blown. And then he was like, I'm here to take you to your new life in Canada. So I was like, okay. So when I was about 4.5, 5, I immigrated to Canada with my parents. First city was Kingston, Ontario, where my parents were doing grad school. And then we lived in Etobicoke, and then my parents were able to buy a house in Mississauga, Ontario, where they actually still live. Where does Simu Liu live in Toronto? That's private. No, I have a nice little apartment downtown, and it's really fun, and I never get to spend any time there anymore, and I miss it very much. Where is Simu Liu in Pacific Rim? Okay, so deep cut, thank you for bringing that up. So Pacific Rim, awesome, incredible movie. It also happens to be the first movie that I was an extra on. So there's the first set that I had ever set foot on, and I skipped work to be on that set, which is probably one of the reasons why I got fired. But I dragged my best friend Jason with me. I remember we basically were told to strip down, and then we were spray painted blue from head to toe. For whatever reason, I think it was because blue is like the color of the alien blood. We get told later that it's actually not like water soluble, and the only way to get it off your body was to use shaving cream. Anyway, long story short, kind of came out of that experience. We're like, okay, great. Like, I hope we make it to the screen. Months later, we are watching Pacific Rim in the theater. I don't see me at all. I'm not kidding. There is a extreme close-up on Jason where he is holding like an animatronic alien bug thing, and it's literally just 3 seconds on his face, and there's nobody else in the shot. When I say that I was jealous, it doesn't even begin to describe. I was like, I dragged you! You're here because of me! Where did Simu Liu? Okay. I'm trying to really pull back here and I'm trying to, where did Simu Liu? Toronto. I would say 2012, getting laid off was a pivotal moment in my life because it was the moment that I realized that I can't spend my life working on somebody else's version of success. It was the first time that I made the decision to do something for me and only me. And it was the best decision I ever made. Is Simu Liu, so the burning questions of the internet, is Simu Liu in season 5 of Kim's Convenience? I am. We were actually able to shoot a piece of that season while I was still in Australia. It was the only time that Kim's Convenience was shot in a country outside of Canada, and it was super cool. Is Simu Liu an accountant? No, I'm a failed accountant. Is Simu Liu in Doctor Strange? Seeing as Doctor Strange came out many years ago, you can clearly see that I am not in Doctor Strange. Now, if the question were, is Simu Liu in Doctor Strange 2, I would have the exact same answer, because I am also not in Doctor Strange 2. I'm kidding, I'm not. Is Simu Liu mean? Yes, I am the worst. I never tip. I never tell you when your shoelaces are untied. No, none of those things are true. I don't know. I think if you were to ask my friends, they would say no. But maybe I was mean to somebody at some point in time. Was Simu Liu in a stock photo? Not only was Simu Liu in a stock photo, Simu Liu quite possibly is the most successful stock photo model of all time, because I just keep popping up in random places on corporate e-learning websites, textbook covers, pamphlets, brochures, various reading paraphernalia. These stock photos will not die. I am stuck with them for the rest of my life, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, there you go. Will Simu Liu be in more Marvel movies? Now that is $1 million question. I don't know how the sausage is made, all right? I just know that we did a great job with Shang-Chi. I know that everyone is super, super happy with it. And I know that there's a lot more story to tell with the characters. So if I were a betting man, I would say that I would. Ready? Simu Liu Celebrity Game Face. Yes, I did a game show called Celebrity Game Face. I'm still mad about it because I won every other round, and in the last final round, for some reason, it was worth like 10 times as many points. We were asked to scavenger hunt for things. I was in a house. I'm not trying to point any fingers, Wanda Sykes. Some contestants were in hotel rooms where everything was like 2 feet away. Not me. I had to go up the stairs. I had to come anyway. Anyway, it didn't win. Even though if you watch the episode, I should have. Simu Liu, Beauty and the Beast. Not your version of Beauty and the Beast, not Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast on the CW was a show that I was on. I played EMT number 1. My director was Deborah Chow. She is currently working on Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney+. Hey Deborah, got any room in there? I don't know. My character only had 5 lines, and that was because in the industry, if you're an actor and you have 5 lines or under, you're considered an under 5, and so you get paid a slightly lower amount. So I just started like improving, I just started throwing lines out there. I waited around, and when the episode came out, all of my improv made it into the final cut, and so I was like, yes, and I called my union rep, and I was like, I have more than 5 lines in this, and because of that, I got like $700 extra, which at the time was like a lot of money, so it's pretty sneaky. Okay, Simu Liu, Marvel tweet, yes. In 2014, I tweeted, hey, at Marvel, great job with Captain America and Thor. How about an Asian superhero? And it was very tongue-in-cheek, and nobody ever read it. But then 5 years later, I became Shang-Chi. So pretty crazy. I'm starting to feel a little like Nostradamus, and I'm wondering what other crazy prophecies I have. You'll have to get back to me. I have a very specific process, and I cannot be rushed. Next question, Simu Liu. Jumping over hedge. Yes, this is a reference to the Met Gala. We kind of came out of the Met. There are these steps that lead to the street level, and I saw Jimmy Fallon kind of like maneuvering himself over the ledge to say hi to the fans that had kind of lined up. And so I thought, oh my God, that's incredible. So I did the same thing. I kind of parkoured myself over the ledge, and I went over and I spent some time with the fans. Final and perhaps most importantly, what Simu Liu? Ready? What is Simu Liu known for? What is Simu Liu known for? I'm known for being way too stupid on social media, for never finishing my drinks. I always leave a little bit at the bottom. And maybe for this show, Kim's Convenience, which ran for 5 seasons, and also for this little movie called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is on Disney Plus now. Next, and oh God, we're doing not great in terms of maybe it's the way that I'm peeling them, but you know what, I can read it. What movies has Simu Liu been in? Well, there's the Marvel movie. And that's it. I have a lot of dream roles in my head. I mean, I always wanted to play like a Tom Cruise-esque, spy guy. I've always wanted to be in space. I've always wanted to be a Jedi. And basically, all the things that I dressed up as when I was a kid, those are things that I want to do again as an adult and get paid money for. What martial arts does Simu Liu know? To be honest, I didn't know that many going into the movie. I had done some like boxing, some stage fighting, some Muay Thai, basically anything that would get me work as a stuntman in Toronto. But once I got the part, I went into this massive training intensive, and a lot of it revolved around Chinese Kung Fu and Chinese martial arts. I got to do Tai Chi, quite a bit of it, Wing Chun, Hung Gar. I got to be very mediocre at a lot of it, but I worked really, really hard, and I did my best. So hopefully you liked it. What does Simu Liu eat? I know a lot of you will assume that I'm probably on some super strict diet, and that was certainly true for parts of our production, but I think in life, I really love food, so I'm a big Korean barbecue guy, love going to K-Town, I love hot pot, I love big group meals that you have a bunch of friends sitting around a table. I just feel like that's kind of the best. Last one here. What languages does Simu Liu speak? In Espanol, it would be ¿Cuál idiomas? Not Spanish. I was born in Harbin, China, so I grew up speaking Mandarin. And when I immigrated to Canada when I was about 5, my primary language switched over pretty fast to English. So unfortunately, my Mandarin is slowly deteriorating, and I'm looking forward to going back to China and getting a little refresher. I had a lot of fun answering all of Google's burning questions, and I'm really looking forward to doing it again sometime. Oh, and watch Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Honestly, it's the best, and thanks so much.